come to you from the StubHub Center in Carson, California. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Green Bay Packers and the Los Angeles Chargers. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field of the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
On second down, it's Jones. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Hey, check 26. 319. 258.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And able to find Graham, complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Two former All-Pros connecting. Rodgers fighting his tight end Graham. Packer first down.
Let's go, hey, let's go, come on. Zoom. 319. 319.
They go play action here on first down. Out to his left. And his throw here is incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Hey, check 26.
On third down, Rodgers. It's caught outright by Graham. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker, can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Here we go. 58.
They go back to the ground with Jones. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Hey, 6
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to...
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 right at the 30. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he'll lose yardage here. Loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
The evolution of Clay Matthews as a player, it's just one that they're going to end up writing books about. He didn't even start until his senior year at USC. He didn't start in high school. And now he's at all-pro level in the NFL. How about the play he just made there?
And he has certainly made a name for himself. William Clay Matthews III. There goes Melvin Gordon. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, 72 yards. And the Chargers have taken a first-quarter lead. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Lets this one rip toward Graham. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect. There's no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you've got your best people in the area to try and take that away.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Hey, check 26. Zone.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. Being chased out left. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Here we go. 58.
They do go for it. It's Rodgers. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Load it.
Now Gordon on 1st down. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Check. Hey, I'm going to go load it. Load it.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
I'm still an old-school football guy, and anytime you see a big-time running play, that fires me up. And if I'm on offense right now, in the position they're in now, inside the 10-yard line, I think after the way they've run it, they've set themselves up for a good play-action pass opportunity right here.
5-4. Set. 380. Set.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he fights his way in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there, taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. To throw, it's Rodgers. And he finds Jimmy Graham. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down. Rodgers now 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half, but he's got a first down here.
Hey, 626. Jump out.
Rodgers to throw once more. Flushed out right. Room to run past midfield. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Jump out.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. On the move to his left. And his throw is incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Jump out. Jump out.
Rodgers now throwing again. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Derwin James with a pick, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their own 43.
Set. 380.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Two minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Southern California after this.
80 high. 5-4.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. It's a 1st down and more for Gordon. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But a Chargers player was able to fall on it, and they'll keep possession. Nice pickup. 10 yards and a 1st down on the keeper.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Everyone's got 4 down. Still 1-8er. Run 80. Check, 47. Be hot.
They give it off to Gordon. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. The Pro Bowler, Muhammad Wilkerson, brings him down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
This is Melvin Gordon. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it. The fullback run, and he gets it to the 32, good enough for a 1st down. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5.
Still 180. Block 15.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Set. Delta.
They'll try to throw here. Rivers. And right side, Henry's got it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the 3rd quarter. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Stay there. Stay there.
47 is the mic. 47 is the mic.
Buffalo wall. Buffalo. Hey, cut.
1st down, Rivers. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
The tackle will be credited to Jake Ryan.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Set. 380. Hey, hut. Hut. 25. Check 25. Check 25.
Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now. And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way.
Hey, no, look at him. Hey, we got right 50, right 50, yeah.
On the counter, here's Gordon. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th.
Load it. Load it. Hey, hut. Hut. Hey, hut.
They'll run for it. It's Gordon. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call.
Hey, I want to go load it. Load it. Hey. Hey, hut.
They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
And there's a nice stop for the defense. They've had a tough time containing this guy all game long, but maybe they can build a little bit off of that play, a little bit of confidence, a little bit of momentum. Yeah, every now and then you can actually tackle that guy.
One man in the backfield. That's Gordon. 2nd and goal.
47 is the mic, boy. 47.
Okay. Hey, hut.
They get it to him running left. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
Check 26.
Hey, left.
Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Last stop. Last stop.
They converted once earlier on this opening drive, but now comes a big test. 4th and goal.
Alert. Three down. Check. Lucky.
Now Anthony Lynn, sensing the play clock running out, will call for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. This to make it a 3-score game late. And his kick is indeed good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Well, to say that this has not been his game is probably a big understatement. I mean, he is all over the place. Mechanics are off, not accurate, except if you're playing on defense, because they picked off a good number of passes.
Yeah, all the INTs, but they're throwing it off his back for a pressure coming, just chucking it downfield. He can't do that right now.
No, you can't do that at all. And I think one of the hardest things for a guy having a day like this one is to find a way to just kind of get out of it, kind of get yourself back to neutral. Because what you try and do is make even more spectacular plays to make up for it, and it usually leads to more bad ones.
Breaks the tackle now at Allen. And nothing but daylight ahead. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Well, there's the danger of selling out on 4th and short. So many guys flood the line of scrimmage that you're left very thin on the 2nd and 3rd levels. And they took big advantage of it there. Not just picking up a first down, but ripping up a huge gain on top of it.
Now it's Rodgers. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says, try something different, try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kick-started.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The Packers on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. To throw is Rodgers. This is caught with a catch right side. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. Now Rodgers is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Charger defense stands tall and they get the football back. The Chargers offense now, they get